Hi lovely people. I'm opening the door. Promise I'm opening the door and getting Jessie to realise that it's actually no food, that it's actually me. But I saw Jessie down here at the door earlier on, which is quite a indication, as you know, that Jessie is looking at needing to come out, and it to me that really is truly about the time now that Jessie would be looking at wanting to come out. So I am giving him the option right now because I do want him to come out. I want to take him outside now. So where is my video going? And where am I heading with what I'm saying? And what I'm saying is, it's about, you know, we have very, very smart snakes in carpet pythons. I can say that could be generally across the board with many snakes. I think some have a higher intelligence level than others, of course, but that doesn't mean that any snake does not learn certain things or incapable. Come on, Jess, are you coming out, dude? Hey, come on. Come on over here. Hey? Because your counterpart, who is Miss Lily, who has turned off her light, which, my light's falling on top of my head, in her dramatic display pool, as you can see. Honestly, I will get Lily out first, but I do not want her to go outside. I will get Lily out first, but I don't want her going up top. I really want her to stay down because I want to take her outside, yes, as well as Jessie. And yes, it can be rather difficult. Look, you see, pulling her light strip down, which in general is quite stuck up there, but you know, Lily just, I think, has figured out a way to rub it off, and she generally would knows if she does that, what will I do? What is the instant automatic thing that I will do? And that is, if I turn off this light, then Mum opens the door for me, and then I get to come out. And you may think, oh no, she's just doing that in her moving around and so forth. Yep. And you could be spot on with thinking that, but I don't believe that at all. I believe it's a deliberate action, because my action is an instant. It is time for me to go in when it gets to that point and fix that light up. I don't like it hanging down, and I do know she knows that I will come and do it for her. So smart. And you have to really get smart too. You know, if you're not going to be smart with your snake, then what is their purpose? You know, why would they show you things? Why would they want to interact with you? Why would they want to come out? Why would they want to be around you if you're not going to heed anything that they're telling you and what they're actually trying to say to you? They just will become these rather sedative, like don't do anything, just lay in their enclosures and be lazy. And yes, there's a bird in there, but you can't get in there, and you wouldn't eat it anyway because you are so particular, aren't you, Lily? And you only eat mice. So even if there was a bird sitting right here on the keyboards looking at you, what would you do? You would go around it, you'd probably crawl over the top of it and ignore it, and yeah. But I'm kind of waiting for Jesse, and he hasn't moved, and I do really want to take him outside above Lily even. Lily is kind of like the one that was just going to come out for the fact that I was going to be going outside with Jesse, because he was showing me that is exactly what he wanted to do. He wanted to come out, but I couldn't get him out. And sometimes I cannot get them out. And I think they were all a little bit agitated today because there were workers up on the roof getting a new roof put on. So that is certainly going to be a time where I feel my snakes are going to be extremely restless and wondering what, all this noise is about. And that's another thing, I'm aware of the fact that my snakes will be aware of the thumping, the banging, the roof coming off, that, all that hammering and sounds that are just not normally here. And I saw you peeking down that little gap down there, and we're not doing the little gap, so you can go back that way, which doesn't mean, and I don't really want you going up either, sweetie. Come on down to Mum, please. And you can hang down low. It will not hurt you. Let me go and see what she's going to make her way up. And there's my boy, slowly deciding that coming out is exactly what he wanted to do today. Now, Jesse is extremely difficult to get out because he is, as you know, one of those snakes that is very clingy and really likes to grip and hang on. So, another point that I'm well aware that Jesse is this type of an individual. And I guess I can leave Lily to her own devices, and she can wander on up and go to her hangout spot. And I know it's extremely dark, so let's turn this around a little bit, and you might be able to see her making her way, of course, to her favourite spot. And we all know exactly what that is, which is up there. I know that's what it is. I have learnt that Lily will go there. Sometimes it's the first place that she goes to. Sometimes she has a little bit of an explore and checks things out. And a lot of the time that is, and I know, just like I knew with the new bird thing hanging here, that she was going to eventually make her way to it and explore it. This one she has been on as well. So I do have a video, I think, with this guy, Jesse, who was the first one to make his way to it, in actual fact, and find it and explore it. And then, of course, came Lily. She realised also she can get there and get over to it, and I can hear the fan. I was hearing the fan creak and grind and carry on. So I'm not going to leave the camera on for too much longer. I think you get the idea of what it is that I'm actually saying, which is, be as smart. At least, Sonny. He just tipped a little box over because he's a heavy dude, okay? I did put Sonny away because Jesse, different altogether to the likes of Lily. and as I said, I need both hands. So I'm going to grab him. We're going to go outside because that is where he needs to go. Lily, I hope is going to settle. If she doesn't, then of course I'm going to grab her and I'll bring her on out. But for now, I'm just going to get Jessie and then I will be back. Let's hope I'll be back. If only I had two of me standing here, it would be just absolutely amazingly perfect for me, but I don't. So hang in there, coming back at you. Okay, I've got Jessie out, and have you left a little bit of your shit on? No, you're wet, aren't you? You're just wet there because Jessie shed. I showed the shed, so yeah, not so long ago. So he's looking rather at his best. And you'll also notice a lot of the time when your snake sheds, well, I do notice it with mine, they're extremely quick to show off and just show how amazingly beautiful they do look, and they kind of strut their stuff, you could say. Or at least that's what I've found with my guys. I also noticed when I was looking in Apani's enclosure that he has shed too, so he's going to be looking gorgeous. I know Archie's in shed, so he's going to be looking gorgeous too once he does shed. But for now, of course, it's Jessie out here, and I do have to run in and of course look at my Lily, because she was not exactly deciding that up on the hangout spot was exactly where she wanted to go, and why I really wanted to get her out. But having Lily, having Jessie in my hands, it's certainly not easy to grab Lily. Now, you may have noticed in the other video, maybe a little bit different in quality and how it looked, because I'd forgotten that I had it in a different setting. I was trying to take photos of Tessa, who was in a perfect, coiled up, wrapped around with her head sitting right in the middle of her body. And if they turn out okay, I'll put some photos in right now. Take a look. Or not. Jessie hasn't really done a lot of moving, so and I kind of think that the moment that I might move, he might move. And the car, as you can see, is pretty close, and if you get a snake stuck up in your car engine or wrapped around a wheel bearing system, then you don't want it. You just don't want it. So I will be rather quick and go in and see, of course. Well, isn't it funny? Don't shut the big wooden door, but I can shut the wide door and I feel a little bit more comfortable. It's like I'm not shutting him out at all. And of course Lily is, yeah, she is not where she is supposed to be going. So I will get Lily and I will just sit you down so you can hear me complaining at her like, come with me, you big goof, because we're going outside. Give me that towel end, please. Thank you. Quick. I don't need Jessie going anywhere. Okay? So you can let go of that. That prehensile towel is a little ripper dipper. Well, Lily. No, we don't need the camera tipped over either, sweetie. Pretty easy. Get Lily, because she's also, like I've said many a time, very easy to grip, and then she goes loose. She just, yeah, slumps herself down like no tomorrow, and is quite relaxed. Whew, now I feel better. I can see Jessie. See, Lily, you're a worry. You're a real. My English ain't the best. Don't know what you're seeing. Probably my ugly goof at the moment with Lily wrapped around my neck. But she's not a gripper, so it's very easy for me to do that with Lily, because she does not need to grip me, because she knows she's not going to fall, that she is totally fine. What do you see, Jessie? What are you seeing? Hey? It's very humid out here today. Wet. It's just rained. You'll see I have all this structure around my house because a new roof is going on this week. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of noise, and my snakes are going to be very agitated, because it's not very normal for them to be hearing a lot of noise going on in my home, except for grandchildren, which can be very noisy, as you know. Lily, don't go over to that garden. If you know Lily, you know exactly that is where Lily really likes to go. Jessie tends to hang a little bit close. He's not really one to go toddling off, as I would say, though he's got no legs, as you know. Slithering off anywhere. He just, he likes to stay pretty close to Mum, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm just kind of looking at Jessie and looking at Lily, and it's very plain to see just how much more girthy Jessie actually is. I don't know how that wind sound is, but I know it's windy, and it's probably, windy noise, wind noise. But, because I always forget me little muzzle for the wind, don't I, Jessie? Look at those big, black, beautiful eyes. Just incredible. And not all jungles have black eyes. Some of them are like a goldy brown, but you do get the ones that have the jet black eyes, and Jessie falls into that category. And I'm just making the most of the fact that he's got his little periscope going on here at the moment. Lily gets up so high when she periscopes and checks things out. She is, of course, Jessie is extremely inquisitive, as I've said, jungles really are. And all snakes are, I kind of double up on myself and say jungles are extremely that way. Very, very curious. Every snake is given the opportunity, and being smart about being able to offer that for your snakes and give them a world. Apart from that, don't say but apart from that little thing that they live in. And yes, even for me, I have quite big enclosures for my snakes, but it's tiny compared to what their world would be. And this area, even around here, is tiny to a snake. They travel quite big distances, don't you? Hey? You can travel, you might stay within your territory, but your territory is quite expansive, isn't it, Jessie? And you would get out there and go looking for a female. Hey, absolutely would. And we can find them to to very, very small areas. So I'm going to bring Lily back before she decides that the car, you know, being Lily, come back here. And your nose might be a little bit out of joint because I've actually got Jessie here today. And it's not just a Lily focus, is it? Hey? It's not just a focus for you. And, you know, again, little Miss Determination, she's going to go straight back to where it was that she was headed. No doubt about Lily. And this video has gone on for a long, long time, I know. So, yeah, guys, get smart with your snakes. They're smart. You need to get smart and see a better world for them and a better way of letting them do these things, because well, you're going to go to the toilet right there while Jessie's laying on you, or you go, really, Lily? And Jessie's only thinking about one thing, I think, and that's not going to the toilet, which you should be thinking about. Probably bringing a female out was not the brightest ideas of me to do today. It's still, you know, that time where they can still breed and do things. But I'm glad that at least Lily is deciding to use the bathroom, which, you know, most of my snakes do when they're brought outside. Smart, you see. Very smart. And once they realise, like I've said, that this is something that they can do and a place to do, which is much better than having to do it in their enclosure. You know, being like doing it in the middle of your lounge room floor. Or, okay, let's give snakes a little bit of smarts here. It would be like doing it in the corner of your lounge room somewhere. And and don't go crawling through your pee. I'd like you to go under. Just go that way. Go, can you go that way? That way's good. Not that way. Oh, man. Okay, guys, I'm going. My battery's going flat anyway. Sorry for the long video. I don't know how far you got through, but I hope you've enjoyed seeing my two. Take care of yourself, your family, your friends. Don't, oh, that's silly. Do one thing silly. Don't go through your piddle. Your snakes and all your animals. Ciao.